So real quick, it'd be great, Jad, you want to give a quick summary of what's going on Dev?
Yeah, let's start with the app. So we had a few things that we learned when we were trying to release the app. Looks like the status to deploy on the Play Store looks correct, but Vlad just saw that there were some fields that we needed to fill in. So he's updating that now because it's showing that as if the app was released, but when we were looking for it, we're not finding that. So that's being fixed at this moment. The other thing was on the App Store. So for Apple required us to include like a flag thing like we have on the site to allow users to flag something as spam or abusive, stuff like that. We already have that feature on the API, and looks like Alex is including that right now, and he will release this new version today, so we can resubmit the app to Apple. So hopefully that will be it, and we can start having people using the app.
We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's for the app. What else is going on in Dev? I know, Artem, you pushed some stuff. Did we push the anonymous posting live? Or I know we pushed some anonymous posting live. We're getting some, right?
Last week we opened that for normal users, and today Artem sent one pull request to have updates for the model, to update the position and the industry and company, right? Yeah, so there are things related to that we need to do because when we thought about the feature, we started checking other sections. So, for example, the blurred comments, we will want to have LinkedIn as an option to register and log in. And about LinkedIn, we had a problem when we were trying to get data from.
Yep, looks like I lost you. You guys there?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Looks like we lost Zhao for a second. Artem, do you want to just continue? Well, I think LinkedIn, we weren't able to, they're requiring the API to basically, you get permission to use it, and I don't think we've heard from them yet. So unfortunately, we can't pull that in yet. Is that him back? So right now we're waiting. Right now, people are using, I'll share my screen, people are actually using the new feature. See this, Artem?
Back.
Oh, hey, I'm just showing everybody that people are using the new feature. This is the number of comments people have used already.
Also, we have several posts, not comments.
Yeah, about 35, 30 or so. Would we actually, Zhao, are we able to easily add to this view a link to the actual thing so we can actually see it? Because I know we can't. Oh, maybe admins can see it. We can't actually see here, right? It's not tagged to their. Okay, the fact that we can see that on the profile, I hope that's just because we are admins.
No, you shouldn't be able to see it. You.
I want the user profile.
Okay, I'll check right now.
Okay. Yeah, so this is basically yeah, and then can we, Audrey, can you take a look at the wrapping here? I think you fixed it on the comments. I think that's it, and we're close. Okay, cool. Anything else, guys? How about anything else on Dev, Zhao? That I think we're gonna keep pushing some LMS stuff this week, maybe. I think you're muted, Zhao. Or you're gone.
Hey.
Hey, you were muted for a second. It's okay.
No, yeah, my connection was dying. I'm using my phone now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you want to just go over some other stuff in terms of besides LinkedIn and other stuff? Is there anything else?
Yeah, well, question. Not sure if you saw on Trello. Artem was asking about that because we needed to do some kind of registration on LinkedIn to have access to the data, like a position, industry.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from
Okay.
LinkedIn. I don't know what it was called. LinkedIn API, maybe?
Not sure. Artem, do you remember the name?
No.
I'll look.
I remember that we talked about it in Skype chat, and I sent you some links there, and you said that you
Yeah, I filled it out.
wrote.
I didn't see anything. And I want to make sure maybe it went to like my other folder or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to do a check. Can you just shoot a link over to me again if you can find? I'll look it up. LinkedIn link API. Let's see if I can find it. Anyways, we can do that later. But on the LMS stuff,
Yeah.
do you want to talk about dev wise? What works?
Yeah, LMS. You asked a new thing for us to include for the course materials. So basically, a new feature, so we can the user can go in and download all the files, and we can track that.
Right. So like an admin view where we can see who downloads the material versus who doesn't, and not just how many people, not just the percentage of the course complete based on lessons, but actually who downloads versus, because sometimes these interview courses actually just have a PDF that people download, and that's all they want, and they may not even touch the LMS.
Right.
So I think Sam and the team are working on actually uploading it now with networking, working through all the videos and stuff like that. So Sam, do you want to give is that it for dev guys?
Yeah, so for this week, we're going to focus on a little bit more on the LMS, unless we find or start getting more feedback from the app usage.
Yep.
If there's something there, we'll probably focus on the app. If not, the LMS will be our focus for this week.
Okay. And then Andre sent a new page live last week. Let me just shoot that over to everybody, which is a new FAQ page.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really well done. Where is it? Frequently asked questions. Sam, is there somebody or Andy that could help us with kind of updating the content in these nodes, because they're really dated? So Andre kind of redid that. So now we have like a really slick kind of FAQ section that allows people to kind of just jump around and kind of get a feel. So it'd be great, like under WSO 101, there's a lot of stuff in there that's kind of just old. It'd be great if somebody could go in there and just update that. Sam, is everybody kind of slammed?
Well, I don't know. I guess that's something that we've talked about, because we're not doing anything else with LinkedIn Helper right now, are we? So potentially, if Matt had a little bit of time, he might be able to go in there and just kind of work through it, like, because it's not something that requires him to be on at a certain time.
That's true. Would you have time for that, just to spend a couple hours there looking through some of these?
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. I'll connect with Sam or something after.
Okay.
To see what it entails.
Yeah, it's basically just some of this stuff like editing your profile, getting started. Some of it's just like literally 8 years old. So it's pretty outdated. But you should, you've used the site enough where you kind of get it in terms of like what are the monkey stats, like editing your profile. A lot of this shit has changed. So okay, what else is going on? Support. How is support going, guys? Sam, Ivy, everything okay? Nathan?
Let me check the stats.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 hours, you said?
3 hours.
3 hours. Nice.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Anything we're seeing like in terms of patterns or anything like that?
Nothing from
I mentioned the teachable thing in the team chat. Like it's not like super common, but some people, they get that teachable email and then they don't even recognize that the course is on WSO. So they immediately go to teachable and then they just like get frustrated with the course and they get confused. And then sometimes like they click on the link on the video in order to be directed over to the video library to access the financial model Excel sheets.
And then they got to log in there and
Exactly. And then at that point they realize, okay, well, why am I being prompted to pay for it again? Because they didn't originally log in with the email that they'd purchased. So it's just like creating tension.
Got it. Okay. So Sam, what's the goal for these courses?
October 1st.
October 1st is our goal to have all the interview courses on the new LMS and launched.
Great. Awesome.
Not the financial modeling training ones, but just the courses we already have.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, the top 4:
The top
investment banking, consulting, hedge fund.
Yeah, investment banking is really 3: networking, technical, and behavioral. And yeah, hedge fund, consulting, and private equity as well. So it's going to be.
So, question: now that we're gonna use our own LMS, what are we gonna do with the video library videos? Are we gonna just show the videos on the LMS, or we're going to redirect them to the video library again?
No, we're going to show the videos on the LMS.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so the video library, we probably won't even mention it in the course when they get it. We may just, we'll have to change some of the sales pages a little bit in terms of how we're selling it, and specifically, they won't even get access to the video library.
But we have links on the PDFs to the video library.
I'm
Changing.
updating them, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're all going to be updated, so that way if someone does download the course, they can click on the link and be directed into the online course.
Great.
As opposed to the video library.
So that'll all be updated next couple months, with the help of some interns as well. I think Callie and a few other people are working on them.
Daniel. And then I had someone reach out to me last night, and I don't know, I thought he was going to be a good fit. And then all of a sudden, like before we even got on a call, he's like, actually, this isn't for me. So, oh well.
Got it. Could you use more help?
Well, I just thought like he reached out to me directly based on like a post that was on WSO Careers. And then I saw his resume, and like he's currently in Texas doing an internship at Goldman and goes to Baylor.
Okay.
And so I just thought, well, if he's looking for like, you know, more work over the summer and he's detail oriented, then it could be helpful. But
yeah,
no.
The problem is,
it's okay. I think what we have is fine.
Everyone's
and hopefully I'll have a call with Daniel today.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just thinking because if we're gonna hit the October 1st, it's a lot of work. Not just the videos, the splitting and all that stuff.
Right.
Okay. Anything else, guys, you want to cover before? Oh, social is looking a lot better. Nathan, you want to talk a little bit about the videos and stuff like that and pods, and maybe I can share some stats on the podcast.
Sure. Yeah, that's been going well. We're pumping out tons more videos now just to kind of clear some of the backlog we had. I don't know, 15 videos maybe ready to go.
New record last week on the podcast in terms of number of listens.
Yeah, so that's been building well.
What else? Yeah, so Monkey to Millions. We are closing the applications, I think, next week at the end of August. But I think we already have potentially enough 3 to 4 candidates that I'm going to start sending out phone invites actually today to start actually talking with some of these people to see if they're ready to go, because there's a couple people in there that I think would be a great fit. So that's going to start. That's an exciting thing. I think that's really going to help us on our YouTube number of subscribers, because it's really going to be almost like a video show rather than a podcast. So the podcast will get a ton of listens, but in the podcast we'll mention, hey, make sure you check out the YouTube if you want to see the video version of this. And so that way it'll drive the thousands of views and listens we're getting on the podcast will get driven to YouTube, ideally. Anything else, guys, that we should cover? Social, Andy? Yeah, let's stay on social for one second. You want to cover anything, Andy, on social of stuff? I know you guys have been putting out some different formats, stuff like that. We now have Nathan's putting out some stuff on specifically like with the intro, with the new designed intro, the snippets. Anything you're seeing there that's doing well, or
The content's been doing well on there. Videos, they don't really get a ton of views, but yeah, we'll keep putting those out there.
yeah, it's interesting because Instagram tends to get a lot more.
Yeah, definitely.
Views per video.
That's great that we formatted the video now. They look better on there.
Yeah, much better.
That'll help. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the square instead of the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan, thanks for doing that. I know it takes
Yeah.
a while with the computer humming along.
For the
Cool.
Instagram lives, if you
Yeah.
want to let me know ahead of time when you're gonna do those.
Cool. Yeah. I'll try to give you a heads up so you can announce it.
Okay. Cool.
Typically, it's like a Tuesday afternoons, like 3 p.m. Pacific, 3 or 4 p.m. Pacific.
Okay.
Like
Every other week, or
Yeah, like every other week. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So probably not. I don't know. Is it on this week? Let me see.
You did one last week.
This is what happens when you get a successful email campaign. Look at my days.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
It's good, but it's good and bad. Instagram. No, I don't have it tomorrow, Andy, but I'll do it the 27th. Will be the next one
Okay.
at 4 p.m. Pacific. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Anything else? Yeah, Talent Oasis. Sam, do you want to take, or Andy, do you have anything else?
No,
Nothing
I
right
was
now.
going to ask about the LMS. Can I?
The LMS what?
So one question on the LMS.
Yeah.
When we moved to Teachable, we had to split the PDF document instead of having one big PDF. We have lots of PDF files, right?
Yep.
So now that we are moving to our own LMS, should we keep doing that, like split, like in different pages, the PDFs, or should we have the content on the site? Because for each individual section, maybe we don't need that to be like ready to be printed. Not sure if that helps with maintenance.
Yeah, I mean we've talked about this for for example, the networking course is a good example. I'm on my screen right now. So for courses like this where the PDF is really the main thing, this call to action is going to be a download all, and that's going to have basically the PDF right there. We're still going to break it down into lessons if they want to go through it this way. But there's going to be like a big push to download all, and there's going to be a download all here next to course materials.
Oh, okay, got it. So the idea is just to really let them download everything and read on their own, but not keep checking the way they're doing now on Teachable.
Teachable's gone. Yeah, we're going to kill Teachable.
No, I know. I mean, we have one big PDF file, and then we have like 20 small ones, just to split in sections.
We're still going to have the lesson split. Yeah, we're still going to have the lesson split here so that they want to go through it and read like 10 pages and give themselves credit as they go. They can still do that.
Okay, cool.
But for the interview courses, for the interview, the ones that have the dominant PDFs are kind of the dominant thing, not video, we will have a checkbox as the type of course that'll make the CTAs here be download now instead of start learning.
No, yeah, I know. I was just asking because maybe we could get rid of the small PDFs and have the content on the site, so it would be easier to change the content if needed.
I thought we looked at that and we said it was like almost impossible to format it nicely.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that's why we're kind of moved. We're just going to move forward the way we have. But
okay, cool.
Yeah. But Sam is modifying the PDFs slightly to make them a little bit more kind of friendly towards an LMS. So there's not so many chapters. So it's not like one page, page on each lesson or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of where we're going now. Sam, it looks like this is the new version of the cover, but it's pretty like pixelated. I don't know why. Is that Jao or Deb? Is that something that is like just a default.
What?
We're displaying this.
What exactly?
This image here of the cover, right here, on networking mastery.
Yeah, you're right. It is pixelated.
Need to check. Maybe this is like cropped by Drupal, like image cache styles. This Logitech settings. We'll check.
Thanks. Okay. And then Talent Oasis, Samantha, you want to give an update?
Yeah, so I was going to ask how your calendar was looking, but you answered that question. So I think we'll probably wait at least another week before doing another blast. But just so everybody else knows, that was just done within Infusionsoft to everyone. I think that was a little bit more senior in investment banking. Mm-hmm. And we really just kind of made the email very generic and made it in terms of like collaboration and having a talk. And then the idea is to hopefully get them on the podcast, get them to be a mentor. And then from there, I guess, cultivate the relationship to get them to potentially give us a job to post with Talent Oasis.
Yeah, so it's kind of a longer game, but it's good because it's feeding the AMA and podcast.
And the mentors.
Yeah, and the mentors. We're getting a ton of new mentors, as I'm sure Ivy and Nathan can tell.
Yeah.
Ivy, thanks for keeping up. All the mentors. They're coming.
We're getting more mentors because of the AMA.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, we're basically all these calls, Zhao, are just from people who are professionals on the site that I just reached out to saying, let's talk. And I'm telling them about the mentor program. And a lot of them are saying, yeah, I'd be happy to do it. Then they become a mentor. And then we ask them to do an AMA to introduce themselves and to do a podcast.
Awesome.
And cool. So we're getting a ton of that. And then if that happens, then I talk to them about the Talent Oasis usually, because I don't want to like be in their face about that up front. It just doesn't go as well.
Cool.
So okay, Talent Oasis. Take it away, Sam. Sorry.
So then I think everybody did hear that we did close a private equity associate role in Boston. So that individual will start at the end of August, and I'll send an invoice then. And then for Splash Financial, which is in Cleveland, they have an offer out right now. The guy's on vacation until tomorrow morning, and then hopefully he'll accept when he gets back in the office tomorrow morning. So that would be a second close. And then the company that we closed the private equity role with in Boston, Patrick had a call with him last week, and we're going to be promoting a second private equity role with them, ideally a little bit more junior, which is great for us. And then we also just had a few more kind of smaller roles come in with recruiters. So Ivy, we will put out a job newsletter maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, and I can send you over, the lineup for it.
Okay, good. Okay.
Good news though. Yeah, that's a couple closes there. We needed that. We needed that. Now the only issue now is just getting more jobs, because like we're doing I think we're closing well now. It's just a question of getting more jobs and getting the business dev as always, getting that ramped up. So this is part of that. My calendar looking like this is part of that, but I think Nathan's also been pushing on looking at angel lists, looking at companies that are hiring. Nathan, have you been able to keep up with that? I know you had a short week last week and it was crazy. You got back.
Yeah, most of last week was spent catching up. I mean, pretty much everyone that needs to be followed up with has been followed up with. I'm going to be reaching out to a new batch of 10 companies today. I figure it's the beginning of the week, start that fresh. And then, I mean, the list isn't extensive. At some point we are going to run out of companies on Angel List for now. So it's, I think, about time to start looking for a new supply of company names.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can look, even LinkedIn, Angel List.
Yeah, maybe LinkedIn Jobs might be the way to go with that.
Yeah. Yep. But, okay.
Yeah, we'll look into that anyway.
Well, yeah, just trying to figure out which companies are hiring or using or searching for talent. But okay. We'll see how this week goes, guys. I think it's going to be a little crazy, but hopefully good. Some good conversations. Nathan and Ivy, you'll be seeing a lot of stuff coming through in terms of new mentors and AMAs and all that stuff. So cool. Buckle up. It's going to be a crazy week. All right, guys. Well, thank you for taking the time. If there's any questions or thoughts or concerns like that?
Nope.
Yeah.
All good here.
Cool, guys. Well, thanks. Thanks for the catch up. Talk
Thanks
soon.
again. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.
See you later. Bye.